Hi Yogesh.
Hi, Suresh.
Yeah. Yeah, I have around 20 years of experience. Um, right from starting, if you speak, so I started with my career with SAP EP consultant, enterprise
Okay,
support all the time.
okay,
Uh, Thereafter, I started moving into a reporting side, SAP business objects and SAP BW system, and I
okay,
worked there for multiple years into multiple companies also.
okay,
And thereafter, the BW became little outdated, so we moved into the cloud. Cloud solutions are there now. I'm managing a team of cloud engineers. So data bricks we are using it, but on top of AWS, not the Azure one.
okay,
So I need to, I'm not a hands-on guy on Databricks, but I think, since I'm managing a team, I need to know each and everything, how things are happening. I need to be jumping into the hands-on also in order to understand the complexity and estimate the work and everything. So I
okay.
also wanted to do a certification on top of this. So that's the reason actually I'm interested to learn this Databricks. Yeah,
Got it.
this is about me.
And when you started like on Azure Cloud and Azure Databricks,
Well, I think Azure and not Azure basically. I started the AWS Databricks. I
okay,
think a couple of, I think I can say 2 years before, uh, but I'm not hands on. That's what I'm saying.
got it. Okay, yeah. Let me just share my screen and I'll also introduce myself.
Mm-hmm.
So I have like around like similar experience, 19 plus years of experience in IT industry. I have like worked in different domains like banking, telecom, manufacturing, e-learning domain. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and I have like strong experience into Azure data platform, like around and big data technologies. I have experience into data engineering, data science, AI, and even the recent one into the GenAI related as well. I have like mostly worked in Azure cloud for almost 9 years, and even for the same for the Azure Databricks as well. I have like little exposure onto AWS and GCP, and my major experience is into Azure cloud. I deliver these trainings Azure Databricks, Azure Data Engineer, which is now kind of redundant. Microsoft had removed that DP203 certification. Now they introduced the Fabric DP600 and DP700 certification. So I deliver the Fabric DP700 Fabric Data Engineer certification training as well. So
Mm-hmm.
also I have a strong experience into Microsoft Purview data governance tool. So Azure
Mm-hmm.
Databricks, Azure Data Engineer, Microsoft Purview, and Microsoft Fabric. These trainings I deliver. Coming specifically to the Azure Databricks part, we will like go through the basics of Azure Cloud. So if you are aware of like cloud and on-prem, then we'll skip that part. If you need, like usually I deliver trainings from like freshers to 20 years or 25 years of experienced people. So I start from all the basics as well. So
Mm-hmm.
if required, we'll have these topics as well, on-prem and cloud differences. And surely we go through these basics of Azure cloud, like how the hierarchy is there in the Azure cloud. We also go through the architecture of the current projects in the IT industry. We also discuss about the Medallion architecture, which is widely used in the industry. Then the concept like the lake house, Delta Lake, the various again internal topics like managed and external table, all those things we do. And then storage account ADLS, Gen 2 connections from Databricks, the new feature which is Unity Catalog, that also we discuss the pricing related part, the Spark architecture. So we are not directly jumping on Azure Databricks. First, we are going to understand like the Azure ecosystem, then
Mm-hmm.
hierarchy, all those things, the Spark architecture, and then why Azure Databricks is there. And again, the architecture of Azure Databricks itself. So all those
Okay.
concepts, and then we will gradually start in going into the PySpark code lab samples. We will also do Spark SQL code as well. Mainly,
Okay.
we'll have these code lab samples. We will do have integration with Azure Storage Account ADLS Gen 2 from Databricks. We will also trigger Azure Databricks Notebook from Azure Data Factory. So we will have ADF Databricks integration as well. We will have some comparison across, let's say, Synapse Analytics, Microsoft Fabric, and Databricks. So right now, most of the organizations are having these kind of challenges as well, which tool to choose between Azure Synapse Analytics, Microsoft Fabric, and Azure Databricks. So that comparison also we will have, and like some highlights on what is the architecture of Synapse Analytics and what is the architecture of Microsoft Fabric. We will also discuss those parts as well. This DBSS part is going to be legacy. Then the Hayu Meta Store is also kind of legacy within Azure Databricks or Databricks ecosystem itself. So, but we will touch base with why there is a DBFS and Hayu Meta Store. With this introduction of the Unity catalog, they are going to remove these things. So, Unity catalog basically is going to add the like new data governance within the Databricks and also new additional features, which we will discuss separately once we go through the Unity catalog related part. We will discuss
Mhm.
about the various types of the Spark cluster and how to choose which one to use. Then scheduling and jobs and pipelines that we will discuss, and the Medallion architecture, like how to like set up the end-to-end flow within the data movements or data processing related part. So that will be like, and this will be kind of aligned with mainly with the actual work that you do in the organization and also with the data engineering associate certification from the database. So the syllabus is mainly in that way. So we will have the conceptual understanding, which will help for, let's say, in case of you are trying for interview or the certification exam, the conceptual part and the lab sessions as well.
Mhm.
So currently in the organization, like the data will be moved from, let's say, on-premise or from the cloud system. So right now, data is not at one place. Let me just see if I have that diagram, or otherwise I'll draw that. So as you have strong experience, you might be also aware that like currently there are a number of data sources which are from the on-prem, and there are like many cloud data sources as well. Sometimes there are multi-cloud provisioning is also there, like AWS and Azure or GCP and Azure. So multiple clouds are there, multiple on-premises data sources are also there. So most of the projects, those will be associated with like bringing the data into the cloud first, let's say into the Azure cloud. And for that, you will choose the Azure services like storage account service or SQL DB, ADLS, Gen 2. So there are like variants of the storage services. Then Azure SQL DB is there, or PostgreSQL DB is also there, or Azure Synapse Analytics, which is kind of data warehousing solution within Azure cloud. So
Mhm.
for this, we will use like, let's say, Azure Data Factory as an ETL tool to bring the data. So it will do a data copy activities from like on-prem sources or from the cloud sources. That depends on how the organization is having the data estate or like various data sources. And once the data comes in here, in ADF also you have like data flows. So it is no code based UI transformation. So you do not need to write a code here. So where Databricks comes into picture is we have like option of flexibility to write the code in different languages supported by Databricks. So we use Databricks to transform the data. So we will connect from Databricks to, let's say, ADL agent, and will bring that data into Databricks for data processing purpose. And we will write it back to the like relevant systems, either like to the storage account or to the using like SQL connection. We will write it to the Azure SQL database. So processing related part will be done within the Databricks, mainly data processing part. And it will be
Mm-hmm.
having the Spark architecture, like highly uh, like performance efficient nodes we will be having for data processing. And once we bring that data back into the process data into the storage locations, we can again use that into the like different applications. Like it can be in Power BI, or it can be in like Azure Web App or the different web application. That depends on the use case. And like it can be also used for ML AI related part, or it can be again sent back to the on-premise. The requirements can be anything within the organization. The project structure can be anything within the organization. But mainly the key part for which the Databricks will be used is for data processing purpose. And also you will have the ML and AI related development on Databricks. So other thing is like there are various certifications, but this course that we will focus is mainly on the data engineering associate related certification. There are like special certifications for, let's say, GenAI developer is there, ML developer is there. So we'll not go into those areas, and will not also touch those components within the Databricks.
Oh,
Uh, eh,
is it?
yeah, because those are separate certifications and the syllabus is different for that. So mainly
Well,
what we will,
actually, see, I don't even need this ADF concepts and all. I think, because I'm not using any of Azure concepts. So main focus must be on Databricks, because from a Databricks itself, how that, in case if I wanted to use a Databricks as a ingestion layer, for the purpose of ingestion, and then do all these medallion architecture transformations using Spice Spark, that is absolutely fine. And on top of that, what are the other features, like ingestion the data using API calls, taking the data from multiple APIs, how to read the data using that APIs,
say
different
there are,
API concepts.
yeah. So there are like few native connectors provided by Databricks as similar to the ADF.
Got it.
So
I mean, what
ADF,
I mean to got it.
mhm.
What I mean to say is, I need only the Databricks exclusive training, wherein
Yes, yes, yeah, yeah, I got
including
it.
of
But
all
I'm
the features, including GenAI solution, AI
no,
BIs.
that will be very extensive course actually, and means that will go into like beyond the data engineering syllabus.
Mm-hmm.
ML, you can check also. Maybe I'll share on
No need
this.
to have ML side, not a complete ML, but at least the basic, introduction of the ML. But Jenny is a simple one. I think, even my engineers are
Jenny, you
using.
are asking. Okay, I thought Jenny, you are asking. Okay, yeah, yeah. Okay,
Oh,
Jenny, we can cover. Yes.
yeah.
No, no, I
So,
thought Jenny solution you were asking. Okay,
no, no, not Jenny. Jenny, I mean, the AI
Jenny, yeah, yeah, I
solution.
got it. Yes, yes, yeah, yeah, I got it. Yeah.
So, exclusively for Databricks, complete end-to-end Databricks concepts.
Yeah, yeah, we are going to have that, but what happens is when I have to read the data from ADLS, I should know the Azure ecosystem. I should know
Mm,
how to create Azure Databricks. If you
okay,
want to skip the Azure basic, that is also fine. We'll directly jump into the Spark architecture and then the Azure Databricks architecture. But you may again ask the questions, and we will have to go back to these concepts. So
okay,
that is the reason I start from here. So if
okay,
you say that I just want to go here, for that you should have these kind of prerequisites or basics.
okay.
Because you will ask again the question, what is subscription resource group, and why here, what is happening, why that's happening, and that will again trigger back the content to this learning.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So that's the reason we are starting that journey from these basics. We can
So this
exclude this.
the slide that you are showing to me now is this complete course content that you are going through.
Yeah, high level, and then we'll have like this is kind of yeah high level we will have, and then also CI/CD we will learn, and also we are going to have like each topic in detail as we progress, each concept and like all the details.
You have CI/CD concept also covering.
Yes, yes, CI/CD also I will cover using Azure DevOps.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Fine. If you can give me like the detailed course content, that would be easy for me to understand, Yogesh. I think if you can help me on that.
Sure, sure, I will share that as well. I might
Yeah,
have shared it previously with Ganesh, but I will share the latest one. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. These are all
yeah, but
okay. I mean, if you can add that, what I discussed. One is that API concepts, and second is database Genie.
sure. Okay. API in the sense what exactly you are looking for.
Um, Basically, I keep communicating with multiple vendors, and every vendor will provide API to call the API and read the data, right? Either it is reading from our side, or they are pushing the data from their end to our end. We are creating a webhook information from our end. So this I need to understand thoroughly, like how different API calls will happen between the systems. Maybe an
Okay.
example and practical as well.
No, but yeah, exactly. Do you have like use case? Because what there are like Databricks CLIs are there. Means Databricks REST APIs are also there
Yeah,
to
REST API
operate
only.
on the Databricks basically.
Correct,
And
correct,
Databricks CLI is also there to operate on Databricks.
correct.
Python will provide whatever you are asking, Python APIs. The
No, no,
API connection,
I'm talking about only the Databricks side.
yeah, so Databricks is having, I'll just show that if I have like, let's say the Databricks is having their specific connectors, list of
Yeah.
connectors
Okay.
to connect to the different data sources. Very
Mm-hmm.
few are the native ones, and they have the third party, which is Fivetron, which are not mainly used because the data or the access control flows through the Fivetron, the third party provider.
Okay.
So usually that's the reason the architecture that I was showing is usually the standard way of going through the end-to-end process or the projects which are there in the industry is through using ADF. Like for
Mm-hmm.
ETL related activities, Databricks is not for data copy related. So the purpose is different for Databricks.
Yeah, yeah, I know that,
No,
definitely.
no, yeah, I
Either
mean,
we are
even
going
the
to,
clients that coming to you or that happens because of the lack of gap of knowledge in terms of, let's say, the Azure services or in general, the ETL flow process. You can do develop like whatever possible things are there in Databricks, but that tool is not specifically designed for the extract and load related part. It's the transformation part is the main key thing within the Databricks. It has
correct.
now adding the additional capabilities, trying to do compare it with the ADF or the Synapse Analytics, or even with the new service that is the Microsoft Fabric from the like Azure or Microsoft.
Got it. I got it. Basically, we are going to run on the Databricks is not independently using, right? Either they are going to run using Azure or AWS or GCP, wherever it
Correct.
is.
Yes, because
So
you will need a integration with yeah these other Azure services or the cloud services. Yeah,
exactly. So that is fine. See, we are using AWS, not that Azure side. Uh, but some scenarios wherein client is giving API, and we are just reading the data directly from Databricks without touching the AWS and all. Directly reading from there and storing over there in the database itself,
correct.
and
That
then do the
happens through the
transformation.
yeah that happens through the Python API,
Correct. Correct.
reading the data from like let's say any URI you have.
Exactly.
And then you do the transformations on the data, because once it is there,
Yes.
again you are using it for processing purpose only. So you do process it using, let's say, PySpark or different languages that you can use, or Spark SQL you can use, and then
Yes.
write the results back again to ADLS or storage, or to the, let's say,
No,
SQL
we
DB,
are. Ha ha. Okay. Okay.
or you can write it within the Databricks tables itself.
We are writing database tables itself.
Yeah, and then
They,
as needed you will consume it anywhere. Yeah,
correct. Correct. So there we are using the medallion architecture, and then we process the data, do the transformation from bronze to silver, silver to gold.
correct. Yes, yes,
Yeah. So
yes.
that I think that scenario to be also covered.
Yeah, medallion architecture we are going to cover. Yeah, as I mentioned here, we are going to cover medallion architecture. But yeah, the APIs that you are talking about is basically the Python APIs, not the Databricks APIs.
Yeah. Okay.
And in general, that's the reason, like the architecture that I was showing, the data is first bring into the storage account using the ETL tool rather than the customizing the data copy using Python or specific language. The
Mm-hmm.
tools are used to bring the data, like it can be Informatica as well or any other, but in Azure ecosystem, ADF is used.
Mm-hmm.
So the main core purpose, and that's how you design the end-to-end data pipeline. And other thing is you can trigger the Databricks job or notebook from ADF also.
Yeah.
So you orchestrate the end-to-end flow using data factory pipelines, which will be your end-to-end ETL pipeline.
Yeah.
So you bring the data from here again, you trigger the next Databricks job or notebook from data factory itself, and that will also have like your end-to-end scenario covered.
Okay. No problem.
Means
You
that's
can.
how the
You
standard
can.
practice is
Yeah.
there in the industry.
Sure. Sure.
Means,
That's fine. No problem. We will go through that ADF and Azure ADF, and then the way
yeah,
how
means
you do it.
yeah. So we'll not go much detail, but we will see how we can integrate from here to here, and
Yes.
also
Yes.
integration between here to Databricks also.
Yeah.
We are going to see all the concepts also, like meta store, what is meta store, and all those lake house, the delta lake properties. We are going to see in detail as well. The uh,
Okay. Are you covering the vector database as well?
vector database I'm not covering. Yeah, that's part of like again Gen AI.
Okay. 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 That's fine. No problem.
So performance optimization techniques also we will cover those topics. Then
Okay.
then we have this UDF, user defined functions,
Okay.
and then we have the variables also, like, or widgets. Basically, we will cover that part.
Okay.
So like many components are there, small, but which will also consume, like, let's say one session on that as we progress. So we will
Okay.
see that in terms of practically as well
Yeah.
in the Databricks code. Yeah,
Fine. Where are you from? Yogesh, you are from which place?
in Pune. And you?
Pune. Okay. Okay. I'm actually currently in client location Dubai.
Okay.
And you're from your native place also from Pune itself?
No, it's different, like near Latur in Maharashtra, but I am like around 10
Okay.
years or more than 10 years in Pune. I had
Pune
like
itself.
my engineering in Mumbai. I
Ha
was
ha
there
ha.
for around 10, 12 years in Mumbai.
Oh, okay. Okay. Cool. Okay. No problem. So I think maybe just as we discussed, no, we just add these parts and then send the detailed course content. I will just go through that and give a confirmation.
Sure, sure. Okay.
Yeah. And when we can start, is everything okay? Is it okay to start immediately or how it is?
Yeah, we can start immediately. So this 9 p.m. India time works for you? Which time works for you?
I'll confirm that to Ganesh. maybe tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that is okay. Yeah. You can confirm the timings and we can take it accordingly.
Okay. Fine.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ganesh. Sorry.
Thank you.
Ritesh. Bye. Bye.
Yeah. I'll drop off. Yeah. Thank you.
Any other questions, Suresh, from your end?
The nothing. That's it. I think we discussed. Maybe I just wanted to have that detailed course content, and then I will talk to you, Ganesh.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I'll check with the Yogesh and I'll try to share as soon as possible.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Yogesh. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.